What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition of Holy Try Football Podcast. Week 12 preview. Holy Try Game of the Year preview. Big week. As you can see behind me.
Possible 1.0 Holy Try Game of the Year.
Possible. There's bowl game potential right now.
We're still
actually technically of the season. There was a Holy Try game earlier in this year.
It's true.
Had more stakes.
Very true.
For 2025, looking for the Holy Try in Chief. We'll see if one can bring that home. To me, away from the Buell's capital, the rest of the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, where the Holy Try game will take place this week. To my west, D-Berg, what's up?
Man, first time in I don't know how long, I find myself aligned with the Pitt head football coach. Get more of that later, though.
That is the first thing I thought of when
You were not happy.
I saw that.
I wasn't happy that we were aligned.
No, the first thing he was. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, Dan, that's Dan talking. But
yep,
can't believe it. To my east, Ken, what's up?
Enjoying. It's frigid weather out here. Very cold, 30, 35 degree weather. A little bit of flurries. You guys got snow up there, right? The last couple of days.
Yeah, half a foot apparently.
Yeah. Apparently. Found out
it wasn't a ton. It wasn't a ton, but there was certainly some accumulation here.
Yeah, we did not have accumulation, but we had a couple of flurries. We saw it coming down. Yeah, enjoying the stretch run. Glad the season's almost over.
Oh, it is week 12. Before we get into week 12, we do have to dip our toes into week 11.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, Ken. The game was fun.
The game was fun. Another heartbreaker in State College. It's interesting. They were able to throw it downfield in the second half. Opened up some running lanes. Imagine that.
Incredible concept.
Incredible concept. I mean, it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of deal, I think, for Kotelnicki and that offensive staff. It's like, what took him so long? Terry's been harping about it the last 3 games. He said it just now at the I think he was asked to self-evaluate what his how his track record has been for the first, his time as an interim coach. And he said, well, it took me over 3 games to get us to throw the ball downfield, so I'm not really happy about it. I don't know if that's about himself or about his offensive staff, but
I think the latter.
It begs the question: what took them so long? So damned if you do, damned if you don't. Listen, silver lining: no moral victories, right? The good thing is,
not a thing.
We got all the heartbreaks out, or hopefully we're getting all the heartbreaks out in one season that's lost to eternity that won't matter. Was one more heartbreaker, right? But it is incredible to see his team find another way to lose a game. You had that double overtime loss to Oregon, and then just an absolute no-show from the defense out in Pasadena. Then they found a way to lose Northwestern by 1, found a way. They're up 21-10 in the second half to lose by 1 at Iowa. And I won't say they should have been closer in Columbus because I don't think it should have been closer. But and you got this game. So if anything, I'm glad, there weren't more stakes on the line because that would have been a real heartbreaker. But the team played decent, and it's good to see that they still have fight. But I mentioned this just a second ago. Glad the season's almost over. We are just entering the 4th quarter of the season. We are through 9 games. We still have 3 more to go. So we'll see if they can finish strong. Hopefully the team hasn't given up. But, again, I see some chatter about, players building on this performance or if this can mean anything for the future. Gronk, he's developing. He's putting some decent film out there. You could see the potential, but who knows if this potential will yield anything. If you're a Penn State fan, if he'll even be here in a couple of months, you have no idea. You guess 90% of the guys on that sideline won't be here, and I'm talking coaches and players, right? On the personnel on that sideline won't be here in about 2 months' time. So hopefully these players, whoever's on the team and playing, they're continuing to play hard for these last 3 games. Maybe they'll be bowl eligible, and we'll have that elusive 2025 round robin, Holy Trinity round robin, playing for second place, maybe. Or maybe the transitive victories, the Ouroboros snake, all eating each other, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, that would be something else.
Though I do imagine if that were to happen, I find it hard for that to happen. Because that would mean Pitt would have to win this weekend, and then Penn State would have to somehow play a pretty highly ranked Pitt in a bowl game.
They're shameless. They do it for the NCAA tournament, as I've often ranted about. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, this matchup makes sense." Oh, you just
but if you beat Notre Dame here, you'd be what 8-2 at that point.
They would be 8-2, yes.
So 8-4. Would they match an 8-4 Pitt team? That I guess if they lose their last 2,
get 6-6. Oh, they do that in a heartbeat.
It would sell tickets.
I would not watch
in New York. Maybe
I would do a silent preview of that game.
No, we would push to go.
We would push to go.
But we'd have to. We get Barb on the line. There we go.
Barb will be there.
Barb would love it. Barb is the target audience for this. Cheap Civil War reenactment. That's what he would love.
Barb's getting ready for the Rutgers game again. Is whenever Rutgers is there, he throws a tailgate. It's time-honored tradition.
Time-honored.
Are you going to the Rutgers game this year?
I plan to, yes.
Nice.
A house divided.
Hometown team.
A house divided.
Yeah, look. Heck of a game, heck of a grab, heck of a drive. The fumble in the first half was just – I thought that was the nail, but credit to Penn State for fighting back.
Credit.
Dan, you got anything else?
No, just Mendoza's still ass. That's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not a good day for my nemesis this season. Mendoza and Lanning, as we're about to probably talk about. Getting by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, equally impressive drive by Lanning and both drives highlighted by singular plays, I think. More so a catch in Indiana, but that throw and catch and Oregon's drive, oh my goodness, that was freaking sick.
That was good. That dart from Dante.
Yeah, down the right sideline, that was awesome.
Yeah,
heck of a grab there. Oregon escapes.
Oregon, they came out of it. They were missing Decoria Moore, Sadiq. Came out of that bye week hurting more than when they went into it. They found a way to win. You think that Iowa dragged them into it, or did Dan Lanning secretly want to play this way? I think he wanted to prove to his team. He, like Ryan Day wants to beat Michigan playing Michigan's game. I think Dan Lanning's psycho enough to be like, we'll beat them at their game. We'll have to wait for the video to come out.
Yeah.
But it would not surprise me if he went into it thinking that way. And again, had his team amped up to do it that way.
I don't know what his beef with Iowa would be, but
I think it's more so just themselves. Iowa, they think they can take you down playing this ugly game. We'll beat them at their game.
I don't know. I just think they were banged up and Iowa drug them down into it. Maybe Oregon was prepared for that. don't think you want to play that way.
No,
I wouldn't want to.
disgusting.
Spread them out and sling it.
You know, it's interesting because they played in that, what was it, like 20-degree sleeting snow weather. It's going to be 30-something and rainy this weekend in LA when I was heading out there to USC.
Weather travels.
Weather travels. Kirk has been conjuring up D'Antonio's weather shot.
Yeah, infamous.
He's been employing D'Antonio's weather shamans to conjure up some spells here.
And we'd always talk about Penn State being built to beat Ohio State, but James Franklin also built that team to be a bad weather team, as we know from a couple examples. Unless going against the OG as D'Antonio.
Yeah,
they had some pretty good performances.
Well, we'll see if USC unveils their secret weapon at punter again this week.
Oh,
And did you guys agree with me? Is Pitt the only team to try that and not have it work? They did it in 2018 with Jeff George Jr. against Notre Dame. It didn't work. Failed miserably. I think I've seen it 3 or 4 other times. They've done it.
So
it's worked.
I've heard it bandied about, and I've seen that the Big Ten put out the statement that it was indeed an illegal play. But how can you enforce that? There's no way to
real time. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess if you now announce that it's illegal and then you get caught, maybe there could be some sort of a forfeit.
Because the rule is you can't have 2 players wear the same number, right?
Right, that's just a penalty.
At the same position.
At the same position, yes.
Yes. So I guess if that other punter never comes in the game.
But could you just argue that they weren't in punt formation?
What's that?
Could you just argue they weren't actually? Yeah, they were in a long shotgun.
Yeah, that's what you would argue, right? It's
they didn't punt it, so
they didn't punt it.
And then it's like, how do you?
You can't.
What if he had done a pooch punt wearing the same number? Yeah.
And it's impossible for the refs to tell the difference. It's just a white guy in an 80 jersey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Around the same size. But the thing is, like, I think Lincoln said he cleared it with the refs. So maybe the refs just didn't know. Refs or misunderstood.
Forgot the rules, yeah.
What his stuff is. Because, they say that you have to tell the refs that you have, like, certain trick plays coming. Or, like, keep an eye out. Like, we're going to be doing this, so don't call a penalty, basically.
Right.
To give them the heads up if it's something weird. So, we'll see. I don't think they were trying to get one over. I think they thought they were going by the book. Lincoln and them, I'm saying. I don't think it was like a deliberately knowing the rule and trying to get away with it. And I thought they were trying to be above board. But who knows? What else do we have here? Georgia laying the wood, Klanga, no chance.
No chance.
No chance.
Tech laying the wood, BYU, no chance.
Yep, no chance. Yep. And that wasn't even the score there. Was it like 29-7 or something like that? It wasn't even that close.
Yeah, that was with a zillion Texas Tech field goals.
Yep.
And then I think we were hard done by backing Auburn. They showed great pride. But they did not cover the 6.5 points that we all picked them to cover somehow.
That team.
Here we go. The play of the week, or at least what we were looking most forward to. The Zimas going down there.
Yes, thank goodness. The Earth back on its axis.
Chandler Morris did go out, though, that game. So we'll see. I mean,
important note. Yeah, I meant to look that up for we get them on the – I would take from the Duke being favored by a touchdown coming off a loss to Con. He's not going to be expected to be available.
That is incredible. I still can't get over that Connecticut quarterback stat line for his career and year. It's like, what's he up to? Like 27 touchdowns and no interceptions? Maybe 25.
I think it's 25. Fagnano, yeah.
Incredible. Better than Drew Aller's 24 interception or 24 touchdown and 1 interception mark that he set his sophomore year.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and then LSU benching the Nuss. We don't have it on our list, but Florida also benching Lagway with they had like 5 turnovers in the first half. It was amazing to watch. And Kentucky, Cutter Boley looking pretty good, even though they paid Calzada like $1 million. He's not doing anything over there. They got Cutter Boley throwing it around. I realized Cutter Boley is he grew up on a reservation. He's a Native American guy. So when Stoops was recruiting him, he had to go into the village elders.
Smoke the peace pipe.
Smoked the peace pipe and recruited him with the village elders. Had to talk with the reservation, with the council when he was recruiting them.
Did not know that.
Tricky environment.
Tricky. But yes, LSU, it was an 8-point game in the fourth quarter, but they just never, it felt like an 18-point game the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it just hovered around that 8 to 11-point deficit the whole way. It was 17-3, I think, in the second quarter, but there were multiple touchdown passes that Simpson was just off by a fingertip. They had multiple opportunities to blow it open. They never did, but they did end up covering that 10.5 by the hook. By hook or by crook.
Yep.
Good effort there. I'm my lock hit there first half 6.5. First half, Bama. Everybody's locks hit this way. Banner week. Week.
A rare sweep.
Rare sweep. Hey, what you want to talk?
Relatively no sweat.
Was that?
I said relatively no sweat to boot.
Yep. Woke was leading basically the whole way, right?
Yeah, they had the expected win probability or post game win expectancy of like 20%.
Yeah,
because they got the turnovers. They gave the Zimas a dose of their own medicine.
Exactly.
That's what they did. Punt return, turnovers in plus territory, all the stuff that you don't necessarily forecast.
Yeah, and Clemp rolled by Florida State. That seat, we'll see. Both seats, we'll see how they are.
Yep.
End of the year.
And then Navy hung tough there for a little bit, right?
Perhaps. What was the deal with the Horvath? Did we know about that? Did we cite that AY last week?
No, that came out an hour before game time.
But that Navy was like, oh, we got to play for the American here. We'll hold this guy out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Yeah. I know. I forget the quarterback's name. Not Reynolds. I'm thinking of Keaton Reynolds.
Horvath.
No, the guy that ended up
backup.
playing. Woodson, was it Woodson? Maybe. I think it was Woodson.
I didn't watch closely. Yeah, B. Woodson. There it is.
Couldn't throw a lick, but he's a good runner. Big runner. 20 carries in the first half.
Axton Woodson.
Yeah, maybe hung in there. They killed just a ton of clock in the first half.
As they are known to do.
Just hung around, and then then it was kind of just like inevitable. The floodgates did open, but yeah, got some nice snow to end the game. Looks pretty. And I don't think anyone got hurt.
It's good.
So, on the pit.
I bet.
All right.
All right. No holy troll. No spotlighting anything, right?
Oh, we usually do that later.
Ah,
I
okay.
didn't even check yet.
All right. Any news and notes?
Well, I had my head down most of the week. I thought yesterday was funny. Just out of nowhere, the newest stray, this time from Joey Maguire.
Oh yeah, I saw it. He was talking about a conference, joining conference, right?
Yeah, just unprovoked, just strays coming out from left field. So
he's sitting a little fat and sassy right now.
yeah.
So Mel got hit with some probation.
I
wins.
saw the headline that said vacated.
Yeah, vacated some wins. I was cracking up because I saw some tweets about Ohio State finally getting their wish. NCAA puts the hammer down on Michigan State. Got their wish. After everything,
did Mel have to vacate?
All the hubbub about Michigan, they just put the hammer down. They're like, all right, we got them. Put the hammer down on Michigan State.
Did Mel have to vacate the super impressive Peach Bowl win against Davis Bevel in Pitt?
I didn't see what year it was.
It's Jonathan Smith's first year, and
Well, it said 14 wins, so that could be like 3 or 4 seasons for them.
There it is, yeah. 2023. 2024.
So not going back all the way to the Peach Bowl win.
Doesn't appear that it looks like just Mel's last season. Yeah. Anyways, guy Jonathan Smith's first.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I think they're trying to hit me up right now for some donations. Look at this 814 number.
The rumors are false about Adidas paying James Franklin's buyout. Please support today.
About who?
Adidas paying James Franklin's buyout. Please support today.
Yeah. Debunked. Speaking of James Franklin, there is heavy.
Who said that? Not to go on the tangent. Who said that, though, that it was debunked?
I think one of the insiders on
exactly.
Or one of the editors. The heavy smoke that the Walmart men and Tyson Chicken men are making a heavy run right now, and back in the Brinks truck up with for old Jimbo Franks, Jumbo Franks.
Good for him.
Yes. Hopefully, it's a really big Brinks truck. That'll help out certain folks in Central Pennsylvania. All right. Loxley confident in job status amid Terps skid. Belichick focused on Wake Forest, not Giants job. The Gents.
That would be something.
We didn't talk about it here. The incredible charade that LSU was pulling right now with trying to get out of paying Brian Kelly's buyout is amazing.
This is a good one to end on. Yeah.
That's my favorite news to see. I saw that. Like, how do they think they're good now? What do they have on them?
So they're saying, repeat this back to me.
Woodward offered him $25 million. He said no. Then offered him $30 million. Then he said no. Then Woodward, he's fired. Woodward gets fired 4 days later. And now LSU is contending that Woodward never had the authority to fire Kelly, and that Kelly is still technically not fired.
But now they can fire him with cause.
Now they're trying to fire him for cause.
Because he's not showing up to work, essentially.
I don't know if that's what they're going with, but essentially they're saying Woodward never had the authority to fire him and to offer him these buyouts. So whatever he was sent an email was null and void. It did not count. It's great stuff.
It is.
True on that one. Yep.
And that's why Lane will not go to LSU. And any really, really good coach should think twice about it for now, with how stupid they are over there.
Agreed.
They are a family, though.
Family. On to week 12.
On to week 12.
Bill Clemp. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Start off with a cracker.
Yeah.
This is
Bill
Friday night.
back. Clemson, Fantasy. Have they found the cure here? Or was it just Florida State? The Ville also obviously went in and emptied out their stadium last year. Will Clemp get some revenge here? Where are you guys sitting on this?
Um,
Is that Ronnie?
that is the cat. The cat is going bonkers. Sorry, I should probably mute.
No, don't mute. I like hearing Ronnie.
You like the sound? You like the
I like Ronnie.
commentary? I mean, that was we missed that in the recap, but that was a brutal loss for.
Oh yeah, Cal. Well, yeah, we mentioned the woke win over there. That we talked about it in the pre-production, but the ACC in turmoil over there. Potentially, people talking about no bids, a no bid league.
Right.
Ronnie maybe throwing his support behind his orange brethren, right?
It could be. Yeah, I'm going Oppo though. The I will say they get off the mat. How can you trust this Clemp team with some of the stinkers?
Yeah.
Four to be exact.
Well, do we know how the running back is doing?
That would be relevant. I do not.
Brown, what can Brown do for you?
Sick Brown. I believe he's out, but the backup Brown is pretty good.
Yeah.
Keywan.
K1. I think Brown will be out for number 21 Louisville football against Clemson. 36 minutes ago. The other Brown for Louisville, though, Michael Brown Jr. dazzles in Louisville's rivalry win over Kentucky. Brown all over the place down in Louisville. A lot of Brown all over.
If we don't get the Pitt Penn State bowl matchup in my silent preview, could be really interesting. I think you alluded to last week, Ken, if we got a 6-6 Penn State against a 6-6 Clem.
Playoff preseason playoff matchup there.
Right.
I am also taking Ville here. I think they'll get off the mat at home, and Clemson, a little fantasy. I will go with Ville.
Yeah, I'm taking Louisville too. They play this Clemp team really well when Clemp is good, and now Clemp is.
Were they good?
Well,
when they were better, you mean?
When they were better, yeah.
when they were a playoff team.
Yeah.
I still like Clemp, but I have to not pick them sometime. They're 4-5.
Cut bait.
Is Mike Brown going to this game?
I don't believe he is.
South Florida against Navy. Navy catching 9.5.
That makes up my mind then. Got to go with the middies to cover at least. Maybe they get put together two halves of the one half they put together against the Irish.
They did hold their starters out against the Irish. I will. This was hard. Goalish, yeah, I'll take the points here with Goalish. With Goalish entertaining some overtures, I'll take the points here. But I do think
Wandering Eye.
I do think they get it done on the road, though. Hey, HP, I'll be HP with you. Oh, I don't know if you HP'd it actually, but
I'm HPing. Yeah, we still got to back Mike Brown.
Yeah.
This Navy defense is bad, but they did have they had success like with run stuffs, but I'll get to that. That's what Notre Dame sucks at on offense.
Well, Blackledge was talking about Jeremiah Love having a Heisman moment against Navy.
No.
So.
Yeah, only because he's going to hit 2 yards from the line of scrimmage almost every play and making yardage out of it. I'm going to go with a playoff talking point here. warm weather team goes north into the cold.
Oh yeah.
Give me Navy in the points.
All right. We are simpatico thus far, all of us.
Oklahoma or Alabama?
Alabama.
This line's down to 5.5.
Yeah.
Down a
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I'm not very enthused about this for Oklahoma. Oklahoma a little bit, obviously. They got that nice win on the road, but for those that watched, you saw a lot of dumb shit happen for Tennessee there. I don't think that'll happen, especially when you got a team that they're not happy about what happened last year, right? This is the team that kept them out of the playoffs. Embarrassing loss out in Norman.
True revenge spot.
I will take Bama here by 14.
I keep backing this Mateer team. I don't even know what my I don't know what's going on. It's just way too low. On the road, only getting 5.5.
I know.
I guess they like the defense. They do counter to Can's revenge spot. They did just play him, some of these guys, last year and absolutely stomped them. What was that, 24-3 was the final? Or
Yes.
They shut them out.
23-3.
23-3. Yeah, I guess I'm going to trust the defense again to give number one QB prospect Ty Simpson trouble.
In the land of the blind, man is king.
The game, that Tennessee game, I'm not saying they should have beat Alabama, but obviously turning on that pick six at the end of the half.
True.
I know you guys like him, but I've yet to buy in all this time.
Yeah, in between you two. I want to go Bama by 7 here.
Yeah.
Check this OU defense. Maybe they just played this Bama team tough. I mean, I know it's just 1 year last year, but yeah, this line's short, and I think it's short for a reason. So I'm gonna tempt it a little bit, but not get crazy.
I forgot to point out, as I mentioned, Ty Simpson, I definitely hexed it, the non-Heisman talk, and I think we were all kind of enjoying that. It has been brutal. All the games talk about Mendoza. Didn't watch much of
Hexage.
the Alabama LSU game. I'm sure they're talking about Simpson there. Again, you got Blackledge saying Jeremiah Love's run against Navy was a Heisman moment.
Oh.
And then I flip on the Columbus sports radio show, and they're talking about Sane versus Mendoza and how that's going to come down to the Big Ten championship potentially. And I'm like, golly, brutal. So anyway, I'm turning myself in for mentioning how I was enjoying the lack of Heisman talk.
Hexage. Duke here.
Virginia, Duke. Duke laying 4.5. I mean, I picked Virginia last week just out of pure, basically just hilarity because it made 0 sense.
And we were hoping to have you drinking a Zima on air.
That's true. Back to normalcy here. I'm not getting cute. I'm not messing around. Pretty sure I had Duke in my – I had Duke going to Charlotte.
I was just going to bring that up, yeah.
So, yes, Duke wins and covers. I know they lost last week. Love the bounce back. Maybe Duke wins this game by 24.
So we did not have – we not documented that, but I'm sure it was in there.
Yeah. Somewhere on there. Dude, 10-2. Missed out a little bit.
Did not forecast the loss to Con.
Who could see it coming? I'm going with Virginia here to get up off the mat.
Oh gosh.
Maybe not with the full dub. I'll take the points though. I'll take a 3-point loss maybe.
All right, I'm with AY and the Dukies.
Yeah.
Gardner Mensah.
Menser. U.S. I mentioned it before. Rainy, cold conditions out in Los Angeles, La La Land. Kirk bringing all he needs with him out there out west. I'll take the points here. Iowa slow it down. I think they're deep as long as they had the chance for a banner win, a classic Kinnick's magic spot last week, and they had their hearts ripped out of their chests. As long as they come back and fight here and can play up to their potential, I'll take the points here on LA. We saw what happened in the rain last time they played a team like this, Midwest team like this in the rain.
I'm going with USC, who I don't even think is that good. I keep picking them as well.
I'm going to Iowa too. Gross. Yeah. They're just going to find a way to slow this offense down. I know it.
You know it. I know it.
And it's going to be aided by this weather, perhaps, or for sure.
Okay.
We'll see. Tar traveling to Baylor. Baylor catching 7.5. I'll go first here. I got Baylor on the field.
Wow.
It's been a disappointing year for them. I think something just clicks here and they just light it up.
Yeah, I'm going Baylor as well.
Robertson.
Sawyer gets it. Maybe they lose by 7 exactly.
I'll do the same thing here. I think that the offense can keep their team in it. Utah's team has been pretty good, but I think that there's enough lapses here for them to keep Baylor in it. So I'll take the points as well.
So what are we thinking here? I'm looking now. So Tar's got the 2 conference losses. We got Cincy sitting there with 1 loss, and they've got a chance to play BYU, and then they've got Arizona, home for Arizona, home for BYU, and at TCU. Would you say like 23% probability they get through with 1 loss? And then the Cougs got home for TCU, at Cincy, home for UCF. 55% probability. I think they'll be favored at Cincy, right? It's interesting.
BYU. Let's see. 80 points.
Because the Bears tortilla burrito rectum has just UCF and WVU left.
This looks per Sager, and it's going to be BYU by 0.5 point.
Interesting.
So maybe pick them.
Yeah. So maybe I'm high on the 55% probability. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see who plays McGuire. Fat and sassy McGuire.
True.
Tar's got some traffic.
It's going to be BYU rematch.
I think it could be, which
disgusting.
Probably preemptively now take BYU just because.
Yeah.
That'll be double-digit line.
Get a
wild. All right, sorry to derail. That was interesting to me, though.
That is interesting.
Another rematch from last year: Texas, Georgia. Georgia 5.5 point favorites after besting Texas twice last year. Texas playing better of late. Georgia, impressive win last week. I don't know. I think this is the point of the year, like after last week, where we look at Georgia and be like, okay, maybe they finally got it going, even though they've been winning unimpressively, but now they are properly winning.
After one win.
Yeah, but maybe that's, I mean, small sample. We only have 9 games to pick from. Maybe that was a launching pad, perhaps.
Perhaps. We just did this exercise last week. Texas we think they're in if they just split this. Well, take 2 out of 3 of these next 3. Beat Arkansas and then split A&M and Georgia. By virtue of that loss to Ohio State essentially being a non-loss.
Yeah, it's an interesting discussion, and
it'd be 2 top 10 wins and all like.
I mean, a week later, I think I'm definitely still open to it.
All right. Let's see. Well, I am picking Texas to another hedging P.
HP.
Texas loses by 5. I'll go against my national champion. They are still double digits to win it all.
I'm definitely taking the points here. I think there's a good chance they get it done on the field as well. It's just they lost twice to them last year. I think they might come out, punch them in the mouth, play motivated. Sark's been, I'm sure this has been sticking in his craw all season long. This is not a defense that is infallible, right? You've seen Georgia and multiple other teams score on them. I think you're going to see Sark mastermind back there, offensive mastermind. He'll take what he learned last year. He'll take a lot of what he's seen other teams do this year. And I think I'll certainly take the points here. I think there's a halfway decent chance they get it done on the field as well.
The problem is with that aforementioned punch can, it may go the way of Jake Paul punching Anthony Joshua in the recently rumored bout.
Rumors have it.
I completely agree with you guys, but I'm taking Georgia to cover.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be an undeserving cover.
Which a mixed bag of against the spread results for Georgia this year, as far as what has happened versus what should have happened.
Yes, I think what has and what should have is going to continue for them. Yeah, I think Texas is extremely live here.
Okay.
All right.
This just takes me back to last year when BYU's a top 12-ish team at home laying less than 5. Here we are again, BYU 4.5 over TCU.
I got to go with my guy Dykes to get off the mat. But yet, again, the theme, another hedging P.
I'm definitely taking the points too.
24-21.
What happened to Dykes this year? I really don't understand.
That was a puzzling loss to
McClone.
Because they wore those stupid jerseys.
I love when they wear the red with the blood.
You like the red can?
Oh,
I love when they had the blood in there.
I'm calling the uniform and control board on you.
Yeah, I love when they wear the blood.
Like that.
They got the blood red.
It's hideous.
Yeah, we'll have to loop Roth in, and
he can be the side.
He'll be on our side.
Yeah.
I think Hoover. I think he's gonna sling it to Dwyer, McAllister, and they're gonna maybe win on the field, but keep it close.
Okay.
You believe, Ken? You're driving the Kalani to State College bus, so reminds me of once upon a time when I said Troy Calhoun should be the next Penn State head coach.
I will. Yeah, I like Tykes to get off the mat here as well. I'll take the points. I still think that quarterback's pretty good, Hoover, and the 3-point coin and everybody outside of Texas Tech, everybody's within 3-point margin. So I'll take the points here. Anyway, who'd you take?
TCU.
Sweep across the board. What could go wrong?
So we've got how many is this going in the last? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 consensus. All right.
A Mountain West, not even the preeminent Mountain West showdown of the week. That is Utah State, I think UNLV.
Why are we picking it then?
Because this
Brand
one's-
value.
Yeah, I don't know as much. I don't know much about Tar State.
Is
Yeah,
Gary
what
Anderson
are they
coaching?
doing messing around up there?
Is Gary Anderson coaching them?
No, this is the one. That's 3-2 versus 3-2. That game. I don't know if Gary Anderson's. Oh god.
No, I guess it's not the preeminent one. Yeah, these two are 4-1. Yeah, maybe I thought it was, and I looked at it, and then it wasn't. Yeah, this one.
From a name brand perspective, Utah State and New Mexico State or whatever, UNLV is more name brand than this one. That's what you were thinking.
Probably, yeah. Well, either way, this one, I mean, but two teams just coming off some bad losses. But still 4-1 in conference. I mean, you go out to the island last week and lose by, what, 30?
Bizarre.
And you have a really good defense. Lucky Sun
then
came in on the
Boise.
ground.
Uh,
I know Boise's been up and down this year. I think order is restored out west. And Boise goes in there and kicks the Aztecs while they're down.
ooh. Well, I am locking up the Ass Technicians in this one. I am baffled that they are favored. So there you have it. Like the third or fourth time this year, I'm just basing on pure stun.
I'm going with the S Technicians. They have a little bit more of a track record here this year, despite that weird. I'll chalk it up to the travel there. I know all about East Coast teams going out west, and that's what San Diego State did with West Coast going to Hawaii. So I can't blame them.
Well, look at their results though. It's hilarious. They get their tits scrubbed by Washington State. They beat NIU, who was terrible, 6-3. And then they just start killing teams, and then they get smashed by Hawaii. This is the weirdest.
It's bizarre. And what was the team that
throw it up here? Real.
You're pulling it up?
Yeah, let me.
I remember it was in the beginning of the season. They had like a game where they won 3-0 and then killed somebody else the next week or something like that, right?
There it is. Stony Brook, Washington State. I forgot that they murdered the Woken.
Yeah, they murdered Cal and then came back and won 6-3. They can, just like Dan Lanning's trying to do. This team can win in multiple ways.
That's it. So Can's saying Sean Lewis for the next Penn State head coach.
Exactly. Look at this. They've got basically a 50-point transitive win over Boise already via.
All right. Good add to the slate. Why?
Well, yeah, some good talking points there.
Yeah.
All right, on to our games.
I'm going to do a dramatic duck down so everybody can see your.
Why don't I go first before we go to the Holy Triad game of the year, game of the season?
Breaking the chronological order, Ken?
We will break it.
Okay.
Because this is 2, 3, and 6 teams. Sparty's getting 7.5 points. Penn State's already gotten rid of their coach. I believe Jonathan Smith may be on his way out again as well. Here they benched Childs last game. They were out. They've got some guy named Alessio something.
Yeah, I saw him in there.
Murkatovich or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's some Tovic.
Serbian.
Yeah, but Alessio. So is he Italian?
Italian, Serbian.
Oh, he may be like Croatian or like That's
probably what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Like
Alessio. Yeah, like exactly Croatian.
Who may be on the pod. We'll see. We'll see if we can book him for next week.
Alessio Milivojevic. He came in, did some pretty good stuff, I think, in relief. They haven't really been They've been up and down, issues on defense, issues on offense. Penn State's going out there. I don't even know what the weather's supposed to be like. Let's see. Weather's decent. I like Penn State to continue to fight. I don't think they'll give up here. Long story short, I'll take Penn State here by 10. They get off the schneid, break the 6-game losing streak.
Agreed. But they do it by 7.
Well, then you got Smarty.
Right, yeah. But winning by 7 will break the 6-game losing streak.
True.
Because they already have a cover in there.
They have
2 covers.
They have a couple of covers.
Yeah, some of us been all over that.
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't like Penn State by 11 or something.
Exactly what Ken said. Penn State by 10. Just workmanlike effort here. Might even be 17 at one point late. But yes, Penn State covers this game.
All right. Okay.
That's at 3:30. Okay, nice.
That's Brad and Gary
That'll be great.
on CBS with the trumpets. This is how they've got Gary going out. Freaking doing the 3-6 games with 2 teams that are 3-6.
They should have given him Angeli.
Disgusting.
Who's? Oh, I'm pretty sure our game, Dan, is Tess, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tess and Palmer. Nice.
Can't wait for that.
Notre Dame 12.5-point favorites at Pitt. Noon Saturday. Weather looks good. Possible sprinkles.
Yeah.
Mid-50s.
A proper ACC tilt.
How's everybody feeling?
All right. Well, I'll do this. I promised this last week. So I went and looked at it. So you got 5 one-loss ACC teams, right? There's a possibility of 3 teams finishing with 1 loss. So the Pitt Georgia Tech winner, the Duke Zima's winner, and then SMU has a chance to finish with 1 loss. As if I haven't conveyed it enough over the last 2 years how much I hate this realignment. There is, of those 5 teams, there is 1 head-to-head matchup, and that is Georgia Tech with a win over Duke. So I have no idea what's going to happen if those any combination. Well, obviously, SMU would be one of them, and then either Pitt and Duke or Georgia Tech and Duke, Pitt and Zima's, and SMU. I don't know who goes, what the tiebreakers will be. I did look into that at smidgen. We'll just see. We'll hold it there for me. But I'm just like, how in the world? 5 teams. There's one head-to-head. So
that's ridiculous.
Well, that's what happened. You got what, an 18-team freaking.
I know. And then another thing I have to report, per the Pitt head coach, Desmond Reed is healthy and fresh. So
fresh,
healthy and fresh,
healthy in fact.
So when I said what I said at the beginning, a rare alignment between myself and the Pitt head coach with his comments that went a little bit viral. Only one of us is serious about them. I hope they come out and run fullback dives for 3 hours and get the hell out. If they win this game, let me just hit that is. Let me just give the context. This program in 2020, when they started 2-0, were smelling its own farts and complaining when all the Big Ten teams came back into the top 25. 2-0. So they are not equipped mentally, starting at the top, in my opinion, to win a game of this magnitude and then go into the biggest 2 and potentially 3 game stretch in my lifetime and back it up. So if there's anything, as far as going against history, past results, and even the time. If this was before the bye week, the second bye week, that is, feeling totally different about it. Because like, oh yeah, give them hell, and then you get to the bye week and get back together. They're gonna have to be right back on the horse again. If they realize this, if they win the next 2 games, again, I don't know what if there's 3 1-loss teams, what the tiebreaker scenarios are. Let's just pretend that they end up being one of the last 2 teams standing. If they win that 3rd game, they're in the playoffs. They're in the college football playoffs. So I can't obviously go back and retroactively be mad that it's happening the way it is, because I didn't think at the beginning of the season this would be a scenario they'd find themselves in, certainly with this personnel. But here we are. So thanks, game day, for not going to Georgia, Texas, as you should have, I guess is what I'm saying. Talked about it last week, 10 years ago. Had the game against North Carolina with Notre Dame on deck. They didn't pull out the stops for that game as they needed to. They pulled it out against Notre Dame. It didn't matter because Bill Fuller caught 7 touchdowns. So I just, I hope the thoughts and comments that were made, not the gamesmanship that was actually going on, is reflected in the game plan. But enjoy Desmond Reed's 35 touches in a 13-point loss. Those are my thoughts on the game. Hope everyone has a good time. Not to mention, Notre Dame needs the game like blood, right?
They need it bad.
What degree of, is it 98%, right? Probability? Is it even that low? If Notre Dame wins these last 3 games, they're in the playoffs, right? They've got losses to Miami on the road by 3 and A&M by 1 at home. These teams have 2 low. So they're in. It doesn't matter if SC takes their pants down the stretch. If Pitt loses the last 2 games, they're going to be in, right?
Strong chance. And, with after this, Notre Dame has Syracuse and Tree.
Right.
So, this is –
but they're not going to drop them out. How many spots would that be? 4 if they win their last 3 games,
Mm-hmm.
So they're 9th right now. I just don't see scenarios. So it's just a terrible spot for, as I mentioned, they said 20 years. Obviously mentioned it. No, I didn't mention it last week, but I said it hopefully it goes better than it did 20 years ago, which was an absolute disappointment. Egg on the face. But they did go in 22, quasi game day trip for Pitt, West Virginia. And I believe they still send the game day crew for the Labor Day games. At least I think they were back in 2013 when they played Florida State opening weekend.
Yeah. They did it for Bill Belichick.
The semi game day treatment, not the official college game day Saturday morning, obviously. But worth noting is all I'm saying. Doing all I can to minimize this, because obviously on a little bit of a heater right now, and it's a lot to carry that into this game, and then again the 2 biggest games theoretically of my lifetime, with 1 more to follow potentially.
Theoretically.
Yeah. Watch, they'll win the last 3, and then it'll be like some fakakta tiebreaker, and they'll be out. In which case, this game would just be added to that list of the pretty good pelts over however many years.
The Pitt super weapon has been charging somewhat, not to its optimal
Yeah,
level.
could you argue that it charged in the 4th quarter against Stanford? I thought that was obviously last time we saw them, with the 3 red zone turnovers. Was that a mini charge? Take a 10-0 lead now. I don't know.
It was either last night or 2 nights ago. I went back and watched Pitt Stanford.
It was an amazing cover, was it not, by Stanford for our 15.5 that we picked?
Absolutely. Pitt should have scored 70 that game.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. At least 70. Should have had 5 picks.
Right, yeah.
And Stanford gets the ball with a minute 15 and goes 75 yards for a touchdown to cover. That game seriously should have been 70-13.
Yeah. I need this. Talk about need the game like blood. I need the wins in our picks like blood. So I'll take it any way I can with the tree backing me up there.
I mean, Heinzel is Heinzel not like Baker Mayfield Jr.?
A little bit.
You can't say that to me. I know what you're talking about, but I made the mistake, and I swore it off at least for a year, where watching Holstein play against North Carolina last year, like I know I probably can read the text verbatim, but I'm pretty sure what I said was, I know I'm going to regret saying this later, but he kind of reminds me of Josh Allen.
Oh,
and he did for another game and a half. so I'm taking the 5th on that. I hate that comparison though.
He looks like his play style is just like him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. 3-headed monster. I like golf. I like the way he runs.
2 L's, yeah.
Now Turner's fast.
Yep. Boozy.
In a 3-headed receiver core, you got Kenny, Roffer,
Blue,
Sincere Lee having the game against Stanford. You get 4 now. Hicks.
They did a nice job of having some of this talent come together within the context of other ACC competition.
And
which I know I was worried about heading into last season with the influx of FCS guys predominantly.
And I mean, on the defense, a healthy Kyle Lewis.
Yep.
He's awesome.
All-American.
A very stout D-line, hungry D-line.
And I would even argue Biles has been the best defender on that defense. He was the infamous one that got into it with the he was the infamous got into it with the Louisville ball boy. Gene Biles. So
Simone.
Pitt's run defense is awesome. They're fast. Their defense is fast, aggressive, and the offense is spread them out and let Heinzel cook. It's tricky. Notre Dame's D has been playing very well since the second half of Purdue. It's a nice 6-7 week stretch now. But this offense is similar to SC's, and they did have some issues there, obviously. Not as much with the run, but definitely in the throw game. And back to what I was saying earlier about just Navy's defense with the run stuff. So Notre Dame, I looked it up, 11th percentile in offensive run stuff rate. I swear, it's like no gain, love hitting the backfield, 2 yards back, breaks tackle, runs for 4 yards, then no gain, then 2 yards, and then like 35. So I guess if you just stay committed to the run game, you're going to break one eventually, but it's just not consistent. 11th percentile run stuff.
That's not good.
So gross. And I know the interior is all backups right now, but still, I mean, they played together for a few games. Absher, Lambert, and Joe Otting. Run it outside. Run it off tackle, outside zone around Knapp or Wagner. I don't know. But if Pitt does commit to the box, then Carr's going to sling it, and I think I saw he was first in explosive pass rate or yards per attempt, one of those two. Like, he's just throwing bombs. So I think it's not going to be Bill Fuller out there, but he's going to hit a bomb at some point. And then just the defense force Heinzel into he makes a heck of a amount of plays, but he also tries to bite off a little more than he can chew. So you need to
almost cost him against Florida State.
Yeah, Notre Dame needs to. Heinzel's going to make some plays. That's what he does, but I do think they're going to pick him off a few times. I think maybe twice, just because he's going to. I mean, some of those red zone passes he threw against Stanford.
And again. I shared the meme with you guys almost right away. It's really I would say, I guess he's made a few more things happen in between bonehead things than Holstein had been. But certainly the first handful of games of Holstein last year, it's like the guy holding the same shirt that he's wearing. That meme.
He's slippery. He's elusive.
Yeah.
He makes plays, but he makes bad decisions. So Notre Dame needs to capitalize on those bad decisions. We'll see if they can.
And he hasn't really his bell rung either. So what I know you just dumped on the Notre Dame rushing attack, but I will say what's been prevalent in the last two games, 2 times these teams played, the beef. Like, and Pitt's even smaller than they have been. So that's what I'm obviously most concerned about for them. And then I mentioned it about when we did the recap, at least, of the Florida State game. Malzahn just decided he was going to start running the ball. I said it was an 80%, 90%. I don't even think I'm inflating those numbers. 80 to 90% success rate. Just throw the ball deep. It was like the early Narduzzi years. The guy either catches it or there's a flag. And then Malzahn just inconceivably just started running the ball in that game. So I pass there, and it's always been there on this stupid defense. So
Carr will definitely take some shots. I never like Notre Dame post Navy week, but they did. Could be recency bias, but they did play a ton of guys last week. Traore didn't even play last week. They just had him on the sidelines. So I mean, they were circling. They were just moving through guys all over the field. So that is a good sign as far as freshness goes. They were out by the third quarter. So that's good at least. It's a high spread. Narduzzi's comments possibly baked in with some Notre Dame steam midweek, but it's Pitt. I mean, the two pick games I've been to were 2011, the Tom Rees game, 15-12.
That's what I was going to ask you. An all-timer, of course.
And then I assume we went back-to-back years together, just didn't know it. And then 2012, obviously
So that was the only game you went in Heinz Field. Was the 2011 game?
11, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 11 and 12, and both pick games were 3-point games.
Yep.
So I'll take the points here. It's Pitt. Pitt's like, for lack of better phrasing, Pitt is like USC junior. Whenever Notre Dame plays USC, it's always like it doesn't really like throw the records out. It doesn't really matter. It's USC. It's scary. Pitt is just like that. They're just a freaking pest. They're tough. So yeah, I'll take the 12.5. I'm hoping at some point the week-long prep or lack thereof that Narduzzi is putting proper attention to comes in to haunt them for a play or two. And Notre Dame just with escapage. I'll say Notre Dame by 10, so I don't have to sit through a one-score game because that would not be fun. But
should be good. Fortunately, they have a bunch of people fooled. I think it'd be a pretty good crowd, and probably I would even say, actually, I'd almost guarantee it'll be closer to the Steelers-Jags playoff game environment you were a witness to, correct? In 2007?
Well, there was maybe 35 Jaguars fans there.
Yeah, that'll be different for sure. But yeah, I'd say it'd be closer to that than the because I think that 2011 game was also a noon game. Memory serves.
I believe so.
I was also at that one, but yeah, like I said, it's just an awful spot for whatever level of exposure. I mean, it's not like, it's 2-7 and 2 teams, right? So won't say that it'll have the eyes of America on it. Was certainly with Texas and Georgia, so shouldn't be too paranoid about what this will go. But it's just an awful spot, and they just really don't. They're not in a position whatsoever to let it fly. in this game. If they had obviously beat, I think I mentioned it last week as well, if they had beat Louisville or West Virginia, be singing a different tune before the bye week, as I said earlier. Different tune. It's just a terrible spot. So I will go Irish by 13.
Although I did say 10, that means Notre Dame makes a field goal.
Can the tiebreaker?
So maybe 11.
Oh, I think Notre Dame will take care of business here. 2 touchdowns.
Okay,
Was a
we'll see.
noon kickoff, and then let's see what the we had.
So you guys are all.
What is this photo gallery? I don't care about the photo gallery.
You guys are reverse hexing each other.
I suppose.
Well, I mean, this
is no kayfabe, as they say in the wrestling. No gamesmanship out of me.
I'm just staying on brand. I pick against Notre Dame and I back Pitt.
You are a notorious Pitt backer.
Let's see, what was that announced attendance at least? This is in the right fucking game. 2011. Recap.
Probably like 110,000.
I'm saying 57 is my guess, and I would think that would be beat. Notes. On to the next.
On to the next.
They're not doing a good job of archiving this, for the record.
Cam, while he researches that, who are you going with lock this week?
Oh, I'm not sure. Where are you at?
I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded.
Fire.
I am backing just a weird game. I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1:00 kick. The Beavers and the Chainsaw laying 2.5 at Tulsa. Beavers off that impressive loss last week to ZP.
Oh my God!
With the 95.5% post-game win expectancy, fired their interim head coach this week, laying 2.5. They're gonna get that chainsaw out and just cut through the hurricane. Give me the Beavs minus 2.5.
There you go.
Wasn't Switzer involved somehow with Tulsa?
I don't know. This Tulsa team is bad. I mean, Oregon State's not good either, but
they announced the sellout for that game, by the way, 65-50.
Since Tulsa went into Okie State and won, I guess they've lost to decent teams though. Tulane, Memphis, ECU, Temple by 1, and that FAU. I think they're just cooked.
Switzer was the interim coach for Tulsa last year.
Ryan Switzer.
So I like how they have. So this guy that used to coach at Idaho, I remember, is now the Beavs interim coach. Or is this the guy that got fired? What's the name of the guy that got fired anyway?
I don't remember.
Rob Akey or Aki? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I remember this. He's got a sweet Wikipedia picture.
I am going with my Cats. They are playing the Headless Cowboys, artist formerly known as Gundage. I'll take my Cats minus 19.5. Lock them up. Who is this Switzer?
Ryan Switzer.
This is Ryan Switzer.
No, well, this is the guy that I was saying. He's got the handlebars going. He was the interim, but I think AY just said he got fired as the interim coach.
I thought he did. Maybe I misread that.
Or this might stun you. I don't know that Rob Akey's Wikipedia is
Up to date.
up to date in real time, and I got the technicians though.
That's technicians.
That's previously mentioned, and I will shout out the Mad Dog for a just barely missed Washington Huskies lock last week. What happened with Fish in that game? Losing to Wisconsin with what they have, 5 different people completed passes for under 10 yards or something.
They have their leading passer was their punter for 24.
That's right.
1 for 1, 24 yards was their leading passer.
Shout out to the Mad Dog. Yikes.
And they got it done. After the vote of confidence, that clearly proved their athletic director correct.
That's right. Backed him up.
And backed up the confidence.
Oh yeah, maybe I misread something. Maybe I saw. Must have been. Maybe it was a rumor he was getting axed. Either way, chainsaw.
Chainsaw. Shout out to Sam Houston for pulling that out. Also,
Yeah.
I was harsh on him.
Unbelievable. It was 17-0. I went to sleep.
There's our locks: Aztecs, Beavs, and Cans Cats. Good Week 12 slate, and yeah, we'll have some boots on Saturday. See you on Saturday. Ready to go.
There you go.
All right, we'll be back next week with a Week 13 preview and a rundown on Saturday's events. So from me, AY from Eagles to Capital Red State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to my west, out near Pitt.
I hope your team wins, AY, unless they're playing my team. Good night, all. And UFC at MSG Saturday. Ken, will you be there?
I will be in the city Saturday night.
That's it.
And the event that I'm at, the birthday party I'm at, ends at 10.
There it is. I was convinced for about 7 hours. I think I recapped this on your wedding recap. A good 7 hours that I was going to go to UFC at the Prudential
In
Center.
Newark.
I was going to go. I was convinced for 7 hours there.
It's not that far a ride.
And that was all of Elliot's wine, I think.
You mean Elliot Narduzzi's wine?
Elliot Narduzzi, that's right.
And Ken, to my east, have a good weekend.
Good night. Good evening. Good weekend. Safe. Everybody be safe out there and have a great time in the cruiser.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for listening. We're back next week. Take care and have a good one.